Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to just go through a quick one of how I organize all my samples and sounds inside FL Studio. Let's get into it. So, on the left here, as you can see, we've got a very clean snap board. They're all colored beautifully. They're named. All of my samples, all my kits are individually named. I know where everything is. It's listed under each producer or artist or whoever released it. So we'll go through everything one by one. We'll get into the details, and I'll also show you how to color each folder individually. It's super easy. Let's go. So your folder would probably look something like this. A bunch of crap basically that you don't need. In case you don't already know how to get your files and your sounds and folders into FL Studio, you go to options, file settings, and then down here, browse extra search folders. You can either click this folder or you can click here and paste in your file address from your Explorer here on Windows. I'm not sure how to do it on Mac. I'm sorry for you guys on Mac, but you go in here, you copy this, and you paste it into here. Super easy, super simple. A super underrated tip to get rid of all this stuff on the side that you don't want to see is you click this drop down menu, make sure show only one folder content is ticked off for now. You go along and you open every single folder that you want in a snap board is what this is called. So you go along and you open every single one that you want. I want all these, and then say I also want my templates here at the bottom, and I also want, for example, my recent files for some reason. So you've got all of your files open. You go up here again and you click show only open folders. You click that, and now you minimize all of these. You only have these folders in the snapboard. Great for cleaning up all the garbage, and you get 9 snapboards to customize. So you can have one with all your samples, you can have one with all the stock FL Studio stuff, you can have a bunch of custom ones to flip back and forth for different workflows. You can have one sound design one, you can have one for beat making, you can have one for mixing and mastering, you can have a bunch of different types if you want, but my go-to one is just the snap with all of my custom folders. Now, this is completely personal preference, but also what you can do is also go back and tick show only one folder content so that you don't have a bunch of open folders at once and you're not filling up this entire thing. It's kept nice and tidy. You only have one open folder at a time, and you can sort of keep track of where you are, where you were, and what sort of samples you were looking at. Before we go any further, I'm going to show you how to color your folders in FL Studio. So what you want to do is go into your folder where your custom folders are in your DAW, and you can see here that I've got the folders with the samples inside. So what you want to do is you want to go up to the top here, go view, and then across to show hide, and click file name extension, select that, and you can see down here that these are .nfo files. So what you can do is to create a new one, you just go new. For example, you do a text document, that's .txt, but you just go in, you can press F2 to rename that bad boy, and then you got to make sure that this name is exactly the same name as the folder you want to recolor. So for example, if I want to rename acapellas, I would just say acapellas, all in caps, as the folder name is in caps as well, .nfo. If you change file name extension, might come and say which you want to change it. That doesn't matter, you just say yes. And then you'll have this .nfo file. And what you want to do to edit the color is you right click, go to open with, notepad, and what it'll come up is an empty notepad. Yours will be empty, but what you want to do is you want to type in color without the U, the American spelling, equals, and then $. And then what you want to do is open up in Google HTML color guide. And basically this is just how you color things on a computer. You can find whatever color you want. It will tell you the hex here. You just copy this color code, you paste this into your notepad, you save it, and then if you watch here, when I refresh it, it changes the color to the color that you customize here. So you can use this website, htmlcolorcodes.com, not affiliated anyway, but that works perfectly. So that is how you color code your folders in FL Studio. Super underrated tip. Cool, now I'm going to get into the nitty gritty of how I actually organize my samples. If you guys are struggling to figure out exactly how to do it, you can copy this or you can just take inspiration from it. Obviously this is completely subjective to your workflow, so take what you want from it or take none at all. It's totally up to you. So what I have here is one folder for all the beats that I have separately. It just has one in here at the moment, but I plan to fill this up with all the beats that I want to send out monthly. I'm going to have subfolders for every month. Like how I organize all my save files. I can do a separate video on that. If you guys are interested, just let me know in the comment section down below. But I have a separate folder for all my acapellas that I download because I do a bunch of remixes on my channel. If you want to watch a video, there'll be a card up in the corner to my latest one. Check that out if you're interested. And then let's get into the interesting stuff. I have my drums folder. So in here I have kits, ambience effects, drum loops, MIDI, and transition effects. So I actually wanted my transition effects in a separate folder because I generally build my beat out, arrange it, and then I want to find all my transition effects in one place all at the same time. I've organized all my kits so that each kit released by whatever producer or company are all in the same spot. So for example, I have all my Cymatics drum kits under the Cymatics folder, and you can see every kit that I've downloaded is here, and all the subfolders have their own subfolders. For example, 808s, claps, percussions, whatever, so forth are in there. Now, you could do this the other way. If you actually want all your 808s in one spot, you could have a big folder for all your 808s, a big folder for all your claps, a big folder for all your kicks. This is just what works best for me and my workflow. It's totally up to you. This is working well for me so far. Maybe one day in the future I will switch to that. I'll have all of one type of sound in one folder ready to go. But for now, it's working fine. And to be honest, it's a lot of work and I just don't want to do it. But down here, I have all my ambience effects. So vinyl, static, ambience, stuff like that, all in one folder. All my drum loops. Now this includes full drum loops, percussion loops, and hi-hat loops and all those types of things. I'll go to a folder here where it has all three, for example. So in here, I have my drum loops in the drum loops folder, but I also have sub loops for percussion, live hat loops, and drum fills separately if I'm looking for those. So it's not all in one spot and I don't have to click through all the drum loops just to find the hi-hat loops or so forth. Moving down, I have just the MIDI. So this is mainly hi-hat MIDI, but there are some other ones. For example, there's open hat MIDI and drill hat MIDI, that type of thing. Just for when I want a quick hi-hat bounce, that's super handy. And then, like I said before, I have all my transition effects organized by producer and then kit. Works super well. Next up, my melody subfolder. I split this up into two sections. I have a MIDI folder and a loops folder. We'll go through the loops folder. This is organized exactly the same way as my kits folder. I have producer, then the samples inside that. So we'll go to Cymatics once again. We have all the sample packs that I've downloaded, and if we go into here, we have, for example, in this sample pack, there's stems and different types of samples, and the samples are in there. My MIDI and loops is separated in case I want to use one or the other. They're separated so I don't have to go digging through sample pack after sample pack trying to find just MIDI. And this workflow works super well because if I'm looking for a loop real quick, I just go into melody, into my loops, and then I can just start clicking around, trying to find a loop that I like, and I just drag it in straight away. Super quick, super easy. If I'm just trying to find transition effects, I go into my drums, into transition effects, and they're all there ready to go. If I'm looking for an 808, I just go into my kits, into someone's name, and then 808s are right there. Super easy, super straightforward, and it's very well organized for whatever I'm trying to find, a specific type of sound, that type of thing. Here, I just have all my melodic one-shots. If I'm making a loop, that's where all those are. And then samples here, these are just all my samples, all my drum loops, all my one-shots, and for example, where my tags are. So this is all my, all the stuff that I've made that doesn't fit into any of these other folders, whether this is just stuff I'm working on or tags or stuff like that. So that's it. If you want a quick run through on how I organize my FL saves and my other files, let me know. Leave a like if this video helped you at all. Leave a comment, like I said, if you want to see another video like this, or If you have any suggestions for any others, let me know. Share this video with a friend if this helps you out. And as always, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you stay safe wherever you're watching from in the world. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. I love you.